Right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our nightly Read Aloud with Dr. Ivey. Tonight is night 17 of our Read Aloud series during school closure. Today is Tuesday, April the 7th, and my name is Trevor Ivey, and I am a proud educator right here in Sumter County in South Carolina. And like so many of my educator colleagues right here in our very own community, across our state, our nation, and even the world, are stepping up and outside of their comfort zone to completely redesign teaching and learning experiences to keep our children engaged during this very special and unique time that we find ourselves living in. To that end, I have dedicated myself to facilitating a nightly read aloud each night during school closure. So if you are just now joining in for us, like I said earlier, tonight is night 17. It's hard to believe that school has been closed for 17 days, and there has been a major shift to e-learning. and a lot of things continue to change. But one thing that has not changed is my love and passion for literacy and sharing that with children. And I'm excited to continue sharing in that passion with anyone who is tuning in. So if you did not hear our breaking news announcement earlier this morning, the Easter Bunny has been classified as an essential worker. Isn't that just exciting news? But we have been warned by the government to expect delays in the Easter Bunny's deliveries as the week progresses. So boys and girls, be patient. But it is exciting to know that the Easter Bunny has been classified as an essential worker so that Easter can still happen. Such exciting news. We are facilitating Easter-themed children's books as our Read Alouds this week. And tonight, our Read Aloud is a very special Read Aloud. It is titled Tiny, the South Carolina Easter Bunny. So for all of our friends who are joining us from other states and even from other countries around the world, tonight's Read Aloud is even more special than our others because you get to take a glimpse inside of the culture of the great state of South Carolina. I want to give a big shout out to Nicole, Reggie, Cody, and Harrison for lending this book to us for our Read Aloud tonight. So boys and girls, let's begin with Tiny, the South Carolina Easter Bunny. One bright Easter morning, while out for a jog, Tiny hears, "Help! I am stuck in a log!" Tiny scratches his head, thinking, who could that be? It sounded like Fluff. I had better go see. Who is Tiny, boys and girls? Tiny is the elephant. What a strange name for an elephant, huh? Tiny runs over and finds Fluff. Fluff is in a log with her feet way up in the air. Hey, Fluff, what on earth are you doing there? A sad little voice from an echoey space says, I thought this would make a good hiding place. You poor Easter Bunny, says Tiny while giggling. I'll get you back out. Just you hang on there tight and stop wiggling. See the Easter Bunny, boys and girls? The Easter Bunny looks stuck. I wonder if Tiny can help the Easter Bunny. Let's find out. Good readers have to keep reading. So Tiny runs up to the Easter Bunny and pulls hard, using all of his might. He tries and he tries, but his friend is stuck tight. My eggs, sighs poor Fluff. Who will deliver them now? I'll do it, says Tiny. Fluff laughs out loud. How? Don't you worry, dear Fluff. Leave it all up to me. I watched you last Easter. How hard can this be? Do you see a strategy? Do you hear the strategy that the author is using to engage the readers? The words are rhyming. Oh, this bunny looks funny. Yes, something is wrong. His feet are too big and his nose is too long. His skin isn't furry, it's wrinkled and rough. His tail is too thin and it's not even made of fluff. Do you see Tiny dressed up as the Easter Bunny? He's run through Columbia and Beaufort already. He's all out of his puff and his legs start to feel unsteady. He hops and then he stops and then he hops a little bit more. Then he stops all of his hopping and flops to the floor. Hello, squeaks a mouse in his fake bunny ear. Oh my, how you've grown since I met you last year. Do you remember me, Mr. Easter Bunny? My name is Marvin, don't you remember? You're running quite late. I'll help if you like. So Tiny nods his head and says, that'd be great. So, boys and girls, they headed down to Charleston and rushed through the streets delivering handfuls of chocolatey treats. Next up, they went to Yemassee, then Hilton Head, and then Gaffney, too. There's not much time left, but there's so much to do. Martin squeaks, speed up, Mr. Easter Bunny, or we'll finish too late. Dig under that hedge and hop over that gate. Next up was the large Clemson house. It had a fence all around. Poor Tiny tries digging down way into the ground. But the hole, it's too small. Or maybe his body is just too big. How odd, Marvin the Mouse thought to himself. I thought that all bunnies could dig. Next up was the big Rock Hill house. It has a really high wall. Jump up! Marvin squeaks. Come on, give it your all. Do you see the hole that Tiny is digging? Why is he digging a hole, boys and girls? That's right. He is too big. He cannot hop over the fence, so he's trying to get in. And now he's trying to climb over the wall. Oh, something is not right, Marvin says. Let me see. So he scratches his chin and thinks to himself, what can it be? Let's see. You're not very fast. Well, just look at those legs. You're not very careful. You have cracked half of the eggs. You do not have whiskers. You're no good at hopping. Those ears on you, they look quite fake, and that's not any bunny dropping that I see. Ha ha, now I've got it. He jumps to his toes. No bunny is born with a trunk for a nose. This book is really good. So Tiny, the elephant, starts crying. He wails. Yes, it's true, Mr. Mouse. Oh, Marvin, I thought I could do the things that real bunnies do. Marvin says, don't worry, it's fine. Marvin said, being very nice. Do you mind, Tiny, if I offer you just a little piece of advice? Sure, Tiny said. You need to start using the talents you've got. Be proud to be you, Tiny. Don't be something that you're not. I wonder how that made Tiny feel to hear those words from Marvin the Mouse. What talent, says Tiny. What things can I do? He blows his big nose and then, achoo! Eureka! Squeaks Marvin from high in a tree. That wonderful big trunky nose is going to be the key. It's strong. It's long. It can pick things up too. It's perfect for seeing this Easter job through. We'll put it right straight to work. Just as soon as we can, let's head on to Myrtle Beach. And let's test out this new plan. Look at that trunk. And when they arrive to Myrtle Beach, this house, it has a fence. And this house, it has a wall. But with Tiny's big nose, there's no problem at all. His long nose lifts up. It reaches over the top and he drops an egg down on the lawn with a plop. And look at the hole in this fence. That'll do. There's room for an egg and a trunk to fit right through. Now the job seems quite easy. Well, that's how it goes when an elephant uses his brain and his nose. Do you see what Tiny is starting to do, boys and girls? He's using his talents to help deliver the Easter eggs. But daylight soon starts to break, and the sun is beginning to rise. and home after home stands in front of their eyes. "I don't think we're gonna make it," says Marvin. "Oh dear." "Hang on," Tiny shouts. "I have a marvelous idea." He sucks all the Easter eggs right into his nose, and when his trunk is full, he takes his aim, then he blows. Look at Tiny blowing. What on earth is he doing? Look at those eggs. They're blasting straight out of his trunk, landing on lawns with a thunk, thunk, thunk. The basket is soon empty. We did it! Hooray! Come on, let's help Fluff. Oh, I hope she's doing okay. Now, how do you think Tiny and Marvin feel now? Probably pretty happy, huh? "Oh, Fluff, are you still there?" Tiny said. "I have something to tell you. Easter has been saved, and I know just what to do to get you out now." "Thank you, thank you, thank you," shouts Fluff. "But you'll get me out exactly how?" At the side of the pond, Tiny dips into his trunk. He drinks and he drinks till all the water is in his trunk. And using his nose as a huge water hose, he blows through the log. Look at Fluff! Up she goes. Fluff is finally free, but Easter has been saved. Happy Easter, South Carolina, from Tiny, Fluff, and Marvin. Now, boys and girls, wasn't that a great book? That is definitely one of my favorite books, and I just read it for the first time today. Thank you again to Nicole, Reggie, Cody, and Harrison for sharing this book with me. So, boys and girls, from our story tonight, you can see that there is a clear moral to this very exciting adventure that Tiny went on. Of course, Tiny helped to save Easter by helping Fluff the Easter Bunny out with the help of his good friend Marvin the Mouse. But it just goes to show you, boys and girls, that we don't have to change our ways. We don't have to change who we are. We don't have to change what makes each of us so very special to have our place in this world and to really fulfill our purpose. So for all of you out there who are wondering about the special things that make you who you are, and maybe some things that you'd like to change about yourself and to maybe try to fit in with others, you don't have to do it. And what an exciting adventure of a cartoon book carrying us on the journey to help us remember just exactly that. So again, boys and girls, breaking news. The Easter Bunny has been classified as an essential worker. So Easter is still on. Hip, hip, hooray. So as we finish our 17th nightly Read Aloud and bring it to a close, before off to bed you go and get your teeth all brushed, let's reflect on your day today. Question number 1, what was your favorite part about today? Tell your parent, an adult, an older sibling, or your fluffy friend. All right, question number 2, what was your least favorite thing that happened today? Question number 3, if you could change one thing about today, what would it be? Tell your parent, an older sibling, or your fluffy friend. Question number 4, what is one thing that you hope is going to happen tomorrow? All right, boys and girls. Again, I want to say thank you to Nicole, Reggie, Cody, and Harrison for sharing such a great book with us tonight. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm so excited to know that the Easter Bunny has been classified as an essential worker so that Easter is still on. Don't forget to like and share our Facebook Live post tonight. We will see you tomorrow for our 18th nightly Read Aloud. If you're interested in following me on Instagram, you can find me at trevort.ivey or on Twitter at Dr. Trevor Ivey. Have a great night, boys and girls, and remember, if no one has told you that they love you or that they care about you, Dr. Ivey is here to tell you that he loves you and he cares about you so very much. Have a good night, everybody.